Greetings, fellow Ambazonians. Today na Wednesday, number 23 days for this year 2022. Na me, the Deputy Defense Chief for the Ambazonian Governing Council. I come with messages, meaningful messages, very important analysis what I bring them to the phone. This one is a special edition for our podcast. It be focused for the presentation of a report done by a researcher with an American general, lieutenant commander. He's called Lieutenant Commander Sam Gillitz of the United States Navy. He be currently assigned for Washington D.C. He be previously as be at work for Pentagon, where he support OPNAV N2 N6 for Maui no. So this report, I need to be very clear. They represent an official position of the United States, their government, or any organization or any group. This report na an assessment for the situation on the ground. It be titled Assessing the Cameroonian Anglophone Crisis and Potential Impact of United States in Action. They released the document now for this on the 20th of February, and it will be published on Monday, 21st of February 2002. But these documents, them just like the report, researchers their report will be submitted for Congress. When research be submitted for Congress, it will be the base with Congress member them and Senator of America that they use them for get credible information or like a baseline when they want to make their decision them. It also inform their department of their immigration department when they make cases for asylum. So such reports are very important, even though not seen as official positions, but they are seen like a pendulum where it guide decision making. So I want to make all una, as we always talk about people that they die because of lack of knowledge. I want to make all una know which way this article it talk. The picture we pentam, I titled this episode Report Card for America. Because the one now for them, now for their own government, for Siam, know which way it happened. When I remember, saying that this same commander for Pentagon, if you make a report early on, identify, say for inside Ambazonia, and only ADF, if he qualify for the criteria for being called a force, because they be get a clear command and control structure for ground zero, and they will be considered the largest force for the ground by a report sent by this very commander. So for this one, I go read all the report for our Pidgin English, when are the language of the people, spoken by 99% of our people, understood by 100% of our people. And now the language should be talking for courts, the language should be talking for hospital, the language should be talking for palace, the language should be talking for all sides. So now our language, the first language of Ambazonia, I go read them the way we did. It talks say this lieutenant commander will write this document. It will be deployed for inside Cameroon for 2005 and also for 2015 to 2016. It talks say the instability will be caused by the Anglophone crisis. It threaten Cameroon, their security, and it also threaten regional stability. That means the whole that region it be threatened because of this war where it go on for Ambazonia. He say this report it be based on a personal experience, a special contacts, and we either establish them for the ground, and the person he believe say failure for recognize the strategic importance for this situation and plan accordingly. It will get a negative and long-lasting effect for the war and for that particular region and for the United States. If he bring, say, for start, he say summary, he summarize the problem. He talks say the Anglophone conflict, it come now from 2016, where Anglophone teacher them and lawyer them, then start for protests. Say they want demand better presentation from the Cameroon government for their education system and their legal system. He said that conflict, he estimate, say, if they don't kill thousands of people, he not put the exact number of people where they don't die, and he don't displace up close to 1 million people where they don't come off the house run because of the war. He said with this ongoing crisis, the United States, they don't decide to cut their security assistance where they help Cameroon, and they don't take very few steps them for help to solve the problem. He said the inaction, that means America, the way America, they need to act. If he even make this problem, it even go worse because America, they need to take any action for solve them. And then for the text, he come now for text. He say Cameroon na an amalgamation. That means say na Cameroon na a country will be made of the former British Cameroon, British territory, and the former French territory. Then two then combined for join one country for 1961, according to way talk. He said the northwest and the southwest regions of Cameroon now home for the English speaking people them, or the anglophone, where they be made up of roughly 20% for the total population. The anglophone conflict, it come from 2016, where the teachers and the lawyers them they mount protests for demand for acts for better legal and educational system. Which way start like peaceful protests, it quickly turn into demonstration them, begin clash with police people them. Cameroon, their president Paul Biya, he react for deploy plenty army, including U.S. army, the way in the USA, their special forces, they be train them for inside B. They talk say Paul Biya, he put curfew. He also implementation of regional communication blackout. That means he lock internet. He talks for 2017. Protester them then change their way from wanting increasing presentation for change lawyer their condition and teacher their condition, then change them for start demand now na independence. Then talk say for 2017 1st of October, the anglophone them their group them with one separation, then declare independence from Cameroon and then create Federal Republic of Ambazonia. He go further for talk say Ambazonia now na a quasi civil war abet with limited recognition from Paul Biya. That means say Ambazonia already there for civil war, but Paul Biya he need one accept them for way there for the capital for Yaoundé. Say Paul Biya he see talk say this conflict na a matter for terrorism and criminal issue them, and we promise say he go solve them using a bureaucratic way and force. The struggle it continue to grow, and it become more deadly. More people that they die every day. With people that start being used IED bomb them since 2021, more than any time for this conflict. The situation it continue to get worse, and you get separatists. What we call as separatists, people that they fight for separation. They don't start for do kidnapping for ransom, and Cameroon government it take action across the border where it bring into question legality for Nigeria their territory. Cameroon government they don't take very harsh action them against citizen them where it make people that they cry about human right violation. Say the human right violation them for the Cameroon government their side it don't over plenty sute it make the United States their army is stop for help Cameroon since 2019. Say the United States it there for very difficult place because now a strong it thinks a Cameroon be very important for them for fight this Boko Haram their terrorism, and also Cameroon it give army for which they call a multinational joint task force where they help the United States make it operate some place them for inside operate for inside Cameroon. So it be very difficult for America for do something. It talks say it like the problem it no go be solved very very quick because the Cameroon government it no be able for win the war. And the Ambazonian fighter, the separatists, people where they fight for separatists, it'll be difficult for them for really hold ground for stay there. And it also get infighting between themselves. It talks about people that they fight for separation. The one of the groups, the ADF, it don't try for change the fortunes of these people they fight for separation by getting into an alliance with a Nigerian separatist group and also buy more weapons from foreign countries. And another thing for consider na say Paul Biya now na 89-year-old. Na he be one of the most oldest person wey dey for inside office for the continent, and na he be the second longest serving leader for inside the presidency for the continent. So many, if not all, Cameroonian them, they don't know how life it go dey after Paul Biya he go die. So Paul Biya no get no intention for give power for another man, and more importantly, he no make any plan for hand power for another man. He talks say this organization from the time where Paul Biya they ever go for hospital, and Paul Biya if he die and they get power problem, he could give Ambazonian some help if Ambazonia they find their footing very well. He talks say for country like Cameroon where he first poor and then he did fight war against Boko Haram Islamic terrorists for the north, and then he did fight against Ambazonia and they want separate. If Paul Biya die, it could be a good chance also where America need for consider him. He said the America they advise for consider waiting for do am if that time it will come. He advise America for take other options and not just continue for become the advocate for human rights, but for go beyond that. He talks say if the United States then continue for ignore the anglophone crisis and they not develop solid option them, it take risk. Say the America go lost the regional leadership and it go allow the problem therefore go out of hand. He talks say consider say Ambazonia dinner for the Gulf of Guinea and it did for that coastal line with plenty resources them. Anything will go out of hand, it will draw a lot of international attention because of the cocoa, oil, or even the Atlantic port where they for day. And it talks say for China for 2019, China if we don't cancel plenty debt with Cameroon the owe for try for get good relationship with them. And they try for build very good port for inside Cameroon for secure their interests. So China it then they dominate and it be ready for step in if the United States continue for begin the just don't quiet instead for be active. Talk say the way we think then this war it get plenty option them where if it happen for the future. He said number one, when I think we did now, say there can be a stagnation where no side it need to move forward for peace, and the conflict it could increase, and criminal activity then go increase, extremism then go increase, and human rights abuses then go increase. When it go plenty, it go lead for even piracy for the whole Gulf of Guinea. If he can battle can they like how we pirate they be the increase for Somalia. It talks say the second possibility where if it happen, I say if the crisis can escalate and Cameroon improve, say if it solve the situation or if it handle the situation, say especially after Paul Biya die, there will be a regional intervention. He say America need to be prepared for this one and be ready for support regional action where if he enter for solve the problem. He also talks say America also need to be prepared. Say if Paul Biya die, Nigeria if he decide for take back Bakassi for use Ambazonia like a motif for take back Bakassi. It talks say the international community and the USA may not be shocked how Ambazonia independence it could become reality as plenty Ambazonians they prove now more capable for maintaining security even better than Yaoundé. He say Anglophone Cameroonians then go down get the separatists them they go down get more solid foot for seeking recognition, where it go prompt additional call for separation from groups like the Movement for the Emancipation of the Niger Delta in neighboring Nigeria. It talks say the latest move by the Ambazonian Governing Council for seek the due recognition. It get a potential for disrupt international order, and this could happen because of the potential of the stability in the whole Gulf of Guinea. It talks say for the end, the current situation it has been an accumulation for bad international politics since 1960, where it then lead for the bringing together of two people them, even disregard their differences. It talks say this crisis, if it not be solved, it go create a generation of people then where they get plenty anger and grievances them for their heart. We no go be good for any side. Now so the report it be end for day, it be signed by the Lieutenant of the United States Navy, Sammy Gitzleeds. So now they report that I think say give and take for a side comment. Since the one I just report, I think say it show say the person it actually just recommend na America their action. Say me America then take action. It convince them for my own observation. It try for make a case. Say if America act, go find, go worry. So na say my observation it dey. Any man where you want get a copy of this particular document, make sure say send a donation for the project of 100 bullet as of this date, and then he send me the receipt. I go send you the copy, because after this presentation, plenty people they go come and say they want to see that document themselves. So make a donation of $100 and send me the receipt. I will forward it to you. God bless you now.